Hi everyone, this is Brian Hayes. Today I just want to briefly discuss pentatonic scales for the saxophone. As the name suggests, a pentatonic scale only has 5 notes in it. There are both major and minor pentatonic scales. Let's have a look at a C pentatonic scale, a C major pentatonic scale. I'm on the alto sax today, so I'm talking in the E flat pitch. Now the notes in a pentatonic scale are the first, second, third, fifth and sixth notes from the major scale. So in the key of C, that would be C, D, E, G and A. It's quite a simple scale to play, and it's a beautiful, harmless sounding scale. If you're playing along and just looking for something to improvise on, you really can't go wrong if the chord is a major chord or a sixth chord, playing the notes out of the pentatonic. Now, just like there's relative major and relative minor keys, a minor pentatonic, if we use the relative minor, uses exactly the same notes as the major pentatonic, just starting on the relative minor note. So the relative minor to C major is A minor. The notes in an A minor pentatonic scale are A, C, D, E and G. Exactly the same notes as the scale we just played a moment ago, but starting and ending on an A. Very easy to play because the A minor pentatonic and the C major pentatonic are exactly the same notes. This is fantastic because it means that with 12 different sets of fingering, you can play all of the possible major pentatonic scales and also all of the possible minor pentatonic scales. Now, as I've mentioned on a number of tutorials, probably the most profound quote I've ever heard in music in 50 years of being a musician is from the Australian jazz pioneer Don Burrows, an amazing woodwind player here in Australia. And he said that scales free the fingers but frees the mind. The pentatonic scale is a classic example where you'll hear players just wiggle their fingers up and down 200 miles an hour, just playing the notes rather than creating a melody. So if I use the A minor pentatonic, this is running up and down the scale. This is creating a melody using the notes from that scale. There's a huge difference. It's like saying A, B, C, D, F, G, A, B, C, D, F, G, A, B, C, D, F, G. That's running up and down the notes of the musical alphabet, but we're not communicating any story with just running up and down those notes. Hopefully you've understood the concept of the relationship between the major and minor pentatonic scales. A way to think of the minor pentatonic scale is to think of the natural minor scale, but delete the second and sixth notes from that scale. So the normal A natural minor scale would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But we don't want a B, which is the second degree of that scale, and we don't want an F, which is the sixth degree of that scale. If we're going to play the pentatonic minor, we just want A, C, D, E, G. I hope you've enjoyed that. Put it to practice. Play along with some backing tracks, playing a C major chord to an A minor chord, and play through the changes. It's a very powerful scale if you think of it melodically. Bye for now.